Alright, here we're going to take a look at Connor Beeman's April 2016 eval. Here you're going to see Connor running full speed, followed by him running at 50% speed or half speed. And then we're going to slow it all the way down to 10% and kind of take a look frame by frame here. We'll stop him almost right away, about maybe 2 yards out. And you'll notice already we got a lot of things working against him. His entire body is out of alignment there. He's crossing his arms over to his chest, and if you'll watch, this is even the latter part of his running. He's driving his knee inside to out. Really bad on the start, but he also does it when he's striding out as well too. So these are things that we need to correct. Everything should be going north and south, nothing east and west. And we want to get rid of all that improper motion and also get everything back in alignment. So that would be our first thing we need to work on with him, is getting these things kind of pushing him forward a little bit more. We're going to stop him about 6 or 7 yards out, and you'll notice again, lean angle. His lean angle is off. You see how he's kind of leaning out to the side? He has this kind of rocking motion where he's kind of going from east to west or west to east or whatever. And so we got to get him stable. His head should be basically in a box and not moving at all. Everything should be still and kind of stagnant, except for the parts of the body that we want to move. So we just, for him, just have a lot of alignment issues and some bad posture and some other things like that, which are slowing him down a good bit. Stopping him again, he's obviously a very tall kid, but he's not really using his length to his advantage. So he should be striding out more. He should be picking his knee up. He's got a shallow knee drive, and he's got a weak kick phase. So he needs to be kicking harder, driving his rear foot back, and then his knee needs to be driving up, right to horizontal or right shy of horizontal. So every step he takes, he's not necessarily covering the ground that he could per step, so which is slowing him down in the end, especially on the longer runs. Moving him forward again, this is our last kind of picture here. You'll see how his foot strikes the ground on the proper part of the foot. However, he's extending his feet and kind of getting them off alignment as well. So when you strike kind of out that way, the way his foot is kind of pointed out towards the wall, it puts a lot of pressure on the ankle, knee, and hip, and we see a lot of overuse injuries from this. It puts a lot of strain and stress on those parts of the body. So we really need to straighten everything up from a speed point of view, but also to prevent injury in the future and things like that. We need to kind of straighten him out. So he might even need some private lessons maybe to work on some of these things, but we can also touch on them in the ADP class as well, that what he's doing. His vertical leap, he scored a 18 inches on his vertical, which is pretty good. We'd like to see that up in the 20s though, and I think he can get there relatively quickly. We're going to look at his standing broad jump next, which he scored 5'5" jump. Now, the reason that the vertical and the standing broad jump are so important is because these are what we call explosive movements. So somebody who can jump high and jump far is going to have a quick first step. So these are things that we kind of put emphasis on, and this is why we do a lot of climbers or jump training to increase speed, is to create that explosive motion. The next thing we're going to look at is his lateral speed. He actually did pretty well here. He scored 15 reps. 16 or 17 is ideal for him. So he's able to cover 5 yards 15 times in 30 seconds. So he does have some good lateral speed, and posture is better there than it is on his running. But I think we can increase his speed another 5 to 10 yards in that 30-second range, which will help him cover more ground, be quicker on offense and defense, that kind of thing. So we're going to move him forward now and take a look at his overall scores. And we'll kind of take a look at some of the highlights here. His core strength was pretty good. However, his upper body strength was lacking. And then his lower back needs to be strengthened as well. We had some balance issues with him on his strength test for his one leg. And I already told you about the vertical and the lateral. Now, what we're looking at here is a 10 yard is 199, 23.15, and then his 40-yard dash was 6.19. Obviously, we need to chip away at this and get it to be as quick as we can, especially that 10 and 20-yard time for his sport is very important. Flexibility is key, and he was definitely not flexible. So it's one of the things that we definitely need to work on, which will help increase his speed and prevent injury.